Hi there, Taurus. How are we today? Just doing our weekly readings, looking at the month of June. So, sort of wanting to see what's going on for the month of June for everybody. I will be drawing a few cards today in regard to health and healing aspects, as well as some love cards there as well. I do just want to let everyone know, if you can comment on one of my videos, you will go in the draw for a free personal reading, which we'll be drawing that when we hit 100 subscribers. So make sure you subscribe as well so you can keep updated about that. But thank you all so much for all the likes and subscribes and comments so far. We are just a small group, so every single one does really help grow the channel. I really appreciate it, so thank you. Today we are going to be using the 7th seal lenormand there. I do have the healing light lenormand for when we do look at the health and healing questions. I do have the Island Time Wellness Love Oracle there as well. But we're sort of starting off today with a couple of cards from the Shapeshifters Oracle. Some beautiful messages coming through from these this week. So we'll sort of see what's coming in for you there, Taurus. Getting straight on into it, Taurus, and what's going on for Taurus in June, please? Okay, so we do have raised by wolves. Okay, so this one really does talk about tribe and family and tribe and sense of belonging. Okay, so it does say you belong on that card there. So it really does look at that sense of belonging, whatever that means to you. You're relying on your support group, your friends, your family, loved ones, those kinds of things, and just having that sense of belonging. So maybe quite a strong theme for you this month, Taurus. We do also have the Little Olwen card coming through there. That does say wisdom as light as a feather. So, either the need to be quite wise this month, or I feel for a lot of you that may actually be talking about your friends and family looking at you for advice and that wisdom that they seek when it comes to their own issues. So you might sort of be that word of wisdom for a lot of people this month, Taurus. But otherwise we can be sort of looking at just sitting within ourselves and knowing that we do have this wonderful inner wisdom and following that through our intuition as well. All right, but what's coming out for Taurus for June, please? Taurus for June. Taurus energy, June, please. Okay, and just one more to clarify that very last card, please. One more to clarify that last card, please. Okay, starting the month off strong with some super strong energy coming through for you here. I'll show you these first three cards because they're all super strong connected energy here. Firstly, we have the key. Okay, so like I said, starting off strong, that key is all about success and successful new ventures, opening the door to new things into your world, new with the fish here as the third card, a new wealth, new finances coming through for us here. We do have the sun in the middle of those two as well. So the key, the sun, and then the fish is a super positive message coming through. The key really does unlock those, it's the key to your happiness coming through with the sun, and it does reveal new finances, new wealth headed your way, new fortune, the new abundance. The fish is all about abundance and good fortune. Okay, so definitely looking at happy elements coming through for you. I do feel as though this is probably towards the start of the month we're really sort of seeing these things taking flight, and it's going to be a super happy, abundant period for you there. You may have some new elements sort of starting up in your life at the start of June here with that key, and looking at a lot of successful ventures. So, if you are sort of have any career type concerns or anything like that, we are starting the month off quite strong with new opportunities and a lot of abundance headed your way with those things. So that's absolutely beautiful to start today with their Taurus. Next, we do have the house, okay? So that talks about elements of security and that sense of belonging that we saw in that oracle card there. Okay, so that safety net, that home is where the heart is. It can sometimes talk about family issues and those sorts of things as well, but we are sort of seeing, I am getting that vibe of it's that security and that stability within, that sense of you do belong, you are home with these people, okay? But we do have that followed up with the coffin energy, okay? So we are seeing with that coffin energy that there may be some sort of change that's needing to happen with this security and stability within your life. Sometimes when things do get too stable, a lot of the time we can kind of see that as monotonous and boring kind of energy. So sometimes we do need to end out certain things in order to bring in those fresh new vibes. All right, so we are seeing an ending of some sort. For some of you this may be talking about moving home, because we may be ending the physical place where we're living. That may be ending and moving on to something new. The coffin really does talk about that death of situation, but also the rebirth of that energy, transforming that energy into other things. All right. So if you are having to move this month with the coffin energy there, I do feel as though there is that potential for rebirth once again through that as well. But the coffin all by itself, it's just talking about needing to close something out, close one door so that, especially with that key on the table there, closing a door so that you can open the window kind of a vibe, have the next thing come through, move on from any stagnant, dead type energy and get some new vibes, that fresh breeze coming through the window, so to speak. And especially when that's followed up with the cross energy there, okay? So whatever this is that you're needing to close out, it probably has been a little bit of a burden on you. It's been like a bit of a cross to bear when it comes to your sense of stability in the world. All right, but we are seeing also with the cross that it does carry a strong religious spiritual element to it, and it really does sort of let us know that we're trusting in God or the universe, that things are going the way that they are supposed to. It's got quite a good sense of destiny. Okay, so this ending is part of your destiny, and you do need to close that out so that you can move forward. All right, so we're definitely getting that sense of destiny coming through with that cross card, especially when it's backed up with the crossroad card here. All right, so the crossroad card really does talk about a new path, making choices and decisions, choosing which path you want to follow in life. All right, so this is kind of a destined path. No matter what path you actually do choose, it's destined, and it's going to work out the exact way that it was supposed to. All right, so this path card here, it really does talk about, sometimes we choose the path that of least resistance. Sometimes we choose the path that has a few detours and whatnot as well. But just trusting that, no matter what happens next, that you are on the right path and that it will lead you to where you want to go. Eventually, there may just, be some sightseeing on the way. And we are seeing a little bit of sightseeing on the way, because with that choice coming through, that choice or decision on what path to take next, you are going to be heavily influenced by, I feel this is another person. Okay, Taurus, we do have the masculine energy coming through. If this is not another person, it's just sort of letting you know, think things through very logically when you are making these choices, all right? But I do feel that you may be making the decision to deal with a particular person who may come across as quite a controlling type person, non-emotional, very stoic type energy. They could definitely be like a businessman type person. But we are seeing that was clarified with the mouse energy there. Okay, so this may actually be someone you're coming across on your path, on whatever new path you take. You may know you're on the right path because you come across this person, all right? And I feel as though you guys are going to know who this is going to be. It's something that has kind of nibbled away at the back of your brain for a while. There is some sort of loss or theft associated with this person. Okay, so this literally could be somebody who has stolen something from you in the past. It could be somebody that you thought you had lost along your path, and then all of a sudden you're going to be running into them or something like that. And that's just, it's kind of, I feel like it's just a guide point to let you know that yes, you have chosen the right path when you do come across this person. Because they're going to confirm something to you that's been niggling away at you, all right? Something that's been eating away at you. So there may be some sort of issues with, a past person where, there hasn't been closure, or feeling like you need forgiveness, or something like that from this person, and you're actually going to be getting that opportunity to close that sort of up. But I do feel that if this is talking about you, it is just going to be sort of letting you know, think things through when you are making decisions in regard to what path you want to follow next. Think things through quite logically, and don't let things eat away at you. So don't, make your decisions knowing that you don't want to regret anything. Okay, so avoiding this mouse energy of things that might eat away at you if you don't take that choice. If that makes sense, I hope that makes sense, Taurus. But it's kind of that energy of, avoiding the loss. So if you feel that you are going to take this path, but if you take this path, that thing over there is going to eat away at you, and you're going to always regret not following that path and seeing where that might have led. Maybe take that path instead of this one. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you, Taurus. I feel as though for a lot of you, that's actually going to be somebody around you rather than to do with you yourselves. I feel like that may be someone around you that we're encountering at the end of this sort of month, when we're making these choices and sort of unsure if we're on the right path, and you'll encounter this person and you'll know, oh, cool, you're like my guidepost, so I know that yes, I did take the right path. All right, so that's quite interesting message for you there, Taurus. But we'll get you a couple of cards in regard to health and healing for this month. Taurus, health and healing for June, please. Health and healing for Taurus in June. Okay, I'm just going to just ask that again. Sorry, Taurus, I just not getting the clearest message there. I just want to double check what I'm seeing here. Health and healing for Taurus, please. Okay, all right, yeah. Okay, so we are seeing, I feel as though, with that original message there, I won't go through that too much, but we did have the moon coming out with that original message there. So I feel as though that's kind of just letting us know, your emotional intimacy with yourself is quite important in your healing process at the moment. And following your intuition is quite important with your healing process at the moment as well. All right, with that moon card there. But we do have here the book, the clover, and then the clouds card. Okay, so all in all, with that clover on the table, we're not seeing any super negative healing or health aspects coming through today. But with that new book there, we are sort of seeing new chapters, moving forward into new chapters. Okay, so if you've been in ill health, we're moving into new chapters of, better health. And I just feel as though it's talking about, something evolving a little bit when it comes to your healing. All right. And then with the clover, like I said, it is quite a good card, full of good luck and good fortune, being able to take a few extra risks at the moment. Nothing too heavy, of course, but it does sometimes talk about being able to take a bit of a chance and a bit of a risk on things at the moment. But we also do have the clouds. Okay, so that would probably be our biggest concern when it comes to health and healing for you this month, Taurus. We, like I said, with that emotional side, coming out a little bit this month. We want to make sure we're keeping our thoughts clean and not allowing ourselves to delve into confusion or overthinking, because if we start overthinking, it is going to lead to anxiety. With these things at the moment. All right. So anything to do with health or healing, try not to overthink it and just wait until you could, because with the book too, we talk about research can be quite important with the book as well. So don't allow yourselves to start overthinking things, and don't do that thing where you go on Google Doctor and find a million possible things. Wait until you clear that confusion. Wait until you actually speak to a professional and get those clear answers. All right, don't allow yourselves to overthink too much, because you're not going to lead yourself down a path that's any good for you. With that's just going to result in a lot of anxiety and turmoil for you, and even more confusion, really, I feel, with that. All right, but we'll grab you a few cards here for love. So Taurus and love for the month of June, please. Love for Taurus in June, please. Okay. We do have the ring at the bottom of the deck there, Taurus. So we are definitely seeing some interesting energy with love. I'll just grab you some oracle as well. Taurus and love for June, please. Taurus and love for June, please. Okay. So what we have here, all right, what I'm seeing is, first and foremost, we do have the rider energy coming through. So that's things happening quite quickly this month when it comes to love. It could be like, there's good news on the way. Definitely with the rider coming through, there's good news coming to you in regard to love this month, and it's probably going to come through quite quickly. All right. But we are seeing also here the lily. Okay, so the lily does talk about long term, the longevity of a connection. It's also that emotional intimacy, and I do really want to bring up that emotional intimacy, because we do once again have that moon card coming through. So they both can talk about the emotional desires that you have. All right, especially when it comes to your emotional desires for the long term, and that intimacy that's not necessarily just physical. All right, so really focusing on intimacy this month, and following your intuition as well when it comes to matters of the heart. All right, the moon does talk quite a lot about beauty and luck and just that general positivity, that feminine lovely energy, following your intuition. Okay, so but we are looking at some long-term opportunities here with that. Okay, and I feel as though the first oracle I've pulled out, I feel as though this is that cloud warning that we saw, that cloud warning that we saw with not letting yourself overthink things. We do have the hammer here. Okay, so that does talk about sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent and working on it. So I feel as though that's your tendencies, Taurus, is to, sabotage yourself, and rather than interrogating yourself and being repetitive and persistent with the way that you're dealing with things, actually working on it this month, and putting that hammer to the grindstone and nailing all those things down for yourself, because you're really sort of needing to move away from that energy and move into this intimacy and following your intuition and not allowing yourself to sabotage yourself and by overthinking things. All right, because we do also have the palm tree energy, and that does say stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility. Okay, so once again, that permanence, that longevity coming through that we saw in that lily. And we do also have the soulmates card. Okay, so that says soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. So, we definitely could be seeing some love connections this month, Taurus, that, are going to be sticking around for quite a long time with that lily card there. Could be quite a strong soulmate type connection that we're seeing coming through for you this month, or maybe that's what that good news is on the way for you there. But at the end of the day, remembering to be intimate and vulnerable with our emotions, because that's going to serve you a lot better than this self-sabotage energy. All right. But if that's what we've got for you today, Taurus. So I hope June brings you lots of success and positivity. Don't let yourselves overthink too much, all right? But if this is where we leave each other, thank you so much for your time today, Taurus.